You are gonna want to watch this film if you're a hardcore Marvel fanboy and love sucking on Disney's Hi, this is Shadowscape Pictures. My name is Philip Wilson, and this is the review for Thunderbolts. The story starts out with Yelena being bored and having zero purpose, just taking on jobs that are mediocre, and she has no purpose in life whatsoever, just like Marvel's Disney. Valentina, the boss girl, wants to shut down everything associated with her corrupt dealings. She tries to destroy everything that could incriminate, including the B-list heroes. They essentially all get put into an incinerator where Valentina will kill them all. They killed Taskmaster too quick with a bullet from Ghost. I just thought that was like, okay. You think Taskmaster would have saw Ghost's ability and been like, oh, but Taskmaster's like, nah, I'm a woman. And then Taskmaster dies. And I'm kind of glad, because it should have been a man instead. Glad they got rid of her. Then they meet Bob, aka Sentry, and he's just also a comedian. They are all comedians throughout this entire film. Everybody is a comedian. Might have to take a drink for that. After meeting Bob, they essentially all team up. Yelena, John Walker, Ghost, the Red Guardian, and Bucky team up and create the Thunderbolts in order to get back at Valentina and her corrupt girl boss powers. Yeah. Girl boss powers. The Thunderbolts then put aside their differences, team up to fight Valentina and Sentry from going down a dark path with trauma. It's all about trauma. Dark path meaning Disney's dark path, which is essentially vanilla ice cream of dark. That's the basic premise of this film. A bunch of people coming together that don't really want to work with each other, and then Yelena, the girl boss power, has to be the leader of this Thunderbolts team, because you can't do anything without women power. Jake Schreier, the director of this film, hasn't really done any good previous films really at all, so I don't know exactly what he's doing and why Kevin Feige keeps hiring these people that haven't produced anything that was remotely good at all. What are you doing, Kevin Feige? Are you smoking something? The writers also haven't made anything substantially good either. They had one of the writers from Black Widow, like, why? One of the most mediocre films ever for Marvel. The other two writers haven't really made anything good either. So why would you even hire them, Kevin Feige? Are you just getting anybody that can write a script and you're like, yep, that's the person I'm gonna go with, just because they can write a script? They didn't have to prove anything. They're just like, yeah, here's this $200 million movie funded by the Canadian taxpayers, and you're like, it's cool, it's fine. Congrats, Disney. Honestly, they should have called this movie The Thunder Shits, because there's just a bunch of B-list heroes that aren't really that great, and they're all kind of mediocre at best, I would say. At best. The music. There was no memorable music at all. What are you guys doing? You guys continuously make these movies with $200 million budgets, and you guys can't create anything with good music. The music is forgettable, again, in this film. 200 mil equals mediocre music. 6 out of 10 music. An underscore, you don't really hear anything. They didn't even create a theme for this Thunderbolt shit movie. That was it. They just were like, nah, we don't need good music in this one either. What are you doing, Marvel? You know, I need a drink just watching this crap, because Disney's gone so far down the hole. Like, I can't do it. The opening narration from Yelena in this film was basically Marvel trying to say that they are bored and have zero purpose for Marvel anymore. That's basically what I gathered, because that's how I felt this entire film. The Thunder Shits. Because nowhere did I feel anything really in this entire movie. It is just mediocre, run-of-the-mill film from Marvel. They didn't really do anything new. It's the same old, with yet flat and uninteresting characters. With girl boss power. Yeah, girl boss power. The comedy and the jokes in this movie were just not good. I don't know if the writers can write comedy, because usually I laugh at a lot of movies, even movies people don't really laugh at. And this one, I was not laughing at all. Like, barely laughing. There was too many jokes they were trying to do. Every time it hit like the punchline, it was just not good. I don't know if these writers were actually good at writing comedy. I don't think so, in my opinion. I think they should find a better job where they're not writing comedy. The only one that really made me laugh was The Red Guardian. I thought David Harbour stole the show completely. Every scene he is in is awesome. They should just made him the leader, because he was honestly the best character in there. Get rid of the girl bosses and stuff. We don't need them. Just put David Harbour as the Red Guardian at the forefront, because he's the best. Now, the amount of comedy in this film is really not great. I don't think all these characters should be comedians, because it really takes away the seriousness of the film. I don't know why you guys keep making everybody a comedian. It's okay to have just plain out serious characters and then just like one or two jokes here and there that really hit. So you can have a bunch of seriousness and then the jokes and then the comic relief, I guess, and then the seriousness and then a joke. You see what I'm trying to get at? But Marvel's like, no, we gotta have comedy throughout the entire thing. Again, this was a soulless comedy at best. Yelena, portrayed by FlorencePugh Head, I thought she was just uninterested in the entire film. She was like, I'll show up later in the movie when we want to do something actually emotional for once. That was the only time they had anything emotional, was near the end. And it was like, trauma. I need healing. They all need healing? Of course, everybody needs healing. But like, get over it. You did a lot of bad shit. You should get over it. Get rid of the trauma and move on with your life. And that's it. But no, then by the end of the movie, they had to create the new Loki Avengers. They also had to include a DEI quota in there as the assistant. I don't know why she was a bigger part of this movie. I didn't think that was really necessary at all. But, you know, the Canadian taxpayers love paying for DEI quotas in Marvel movies. Because this film was funded by BC, Ontario, and Quebec. Where does all our money go? Straight to Marvel movies. This was just another girl boss babe film, and that's really it. Of course, Yelena has to throw shade at John Walker's character because he's a man, and that's what you do. You gotta disrespect everybody in the film, especially if they're men. So you had to have the females here, the men here. They're just low-level scum, I guess. That's how these Marvel movies are going. Just low-level scum men are. Just uninteresting. They're lower than the females. Crazy. Did anyone notice that Valentina isn't married? Well, I wonder why. Because she's a girl boss babe. I need a drink after going through this review. I do think James Gunn has done a lot better team-up movies than this, especially with Guardians of the Galaxy and DC's The Suicide Squad. I do think he's just better at that. This movie was not that. It was just not a great team-up movie. I think Marvel just watched a bunch of team-up movies and was like, yeah, we'll kind of follow the same formula-ish. This was a mediocre team-up film at best. Instead of the Thunderbolts, they should really call them the Thundershits. Sentry turning people into shadows was pretty cool. It just felt like they wanted to put a bunch of the emotion and turmoil at the end, but it just really didn't connect with me. It was too little, too late. Again, Marvel continuously does this every time. At least get the emotions at the beginning and we can go from there. But they chose to do this all at the end. Tried to build something up with people you've met like a day before. How much emotion is gonna really be connected with someone you just met the other day? Probably not a whole lot. Therefore, by the end, they team up, defeat Sentry's The Void, and with trauma. I don't know why Marvel has a problem with their endings. They just feel so rushed and abrupt. They just feel like they spent all the money on the rest of the movie and then they get to the ending and it's not that great. Not that great at all. It doesn't feel grand or anything. Nothing at all. It just, oh, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Oh, trauma. Oh, poor baby. And that's basically how it ends. Like, nothing grand at all. It's just really silly. Marvel does not know how to end a movie anymore. It's the same thing with Captain America 4. Hulk, calm down. Calm down. Oh, you did? Okay, good. By the end of the film, they create the new Wokey Avengers, because that's really what it should be called. It's going to be female-led, and that's how it's going to go for the rest of these movies. It doesn't matter who it is, it's just going to be female-led. And pretty well, all these characters are pretty well uninteresting ever since the end of Endgame. I wouldn't even bother with Marvel, to be honest. I did think Bucky was kind of just unimportant in this movie as well. It just felt like he was doing this for the gig, and that was really it. I think most of these people in this film, besides David Harbour, who plays the Red Guardian, just were in it for the money. Because I felt like they didn't really have their hearts in this one. It was just like, hey guys, we're making this run-of-the-mill mediocre film, and that's it. All their characters just felt soulless almost. They weren't there. That's what it felt like to me anyway. Just Marvel's soullessness every time. Overall, I think this movie is like 5.5 out of 10 at the very best.
That is one big pile of shit.
I don't think it deserves all the praise it's getting again. I think it's probably due to the feminism in this movie, of course, because this movie doesn't even compare to Guardians of the Galaxy or anything like that. Like, not even close. So I don't know why this has such a high score as well. And it's not that great. It's gonna hit 2025's most unmemorable films of the goddamn year. Because that's how it is. Just unmemorable. People are praising this film like Marvel's going down the right path or something. And they're not. It's still a film that wants to go dark, but it truly doesn't go dark enough. It's the watered down version of dark. It doesn't know what it wants to be. Does it want to be a comedy, or does it want to take something serious and have some sprinkled comedy throughout, which I think would have made it a better film. The emotional beats do not hit that more by the end of the film. It's not that great. Overall, nobody's gonna remember the films of phases 4, 5, and 6 because they're all mediocre trash anyway. Honestly, I won't be remembering any of those films. They are trash. After Endgame, it's just been trash ever since. 2020 to 2025, garbage. Disney doesn't know what they are doing. It has been trash city since 2019 after Endgame. That's all it's been. Anyways, that's my review of Thundershits. Like, comment, and subscribe. And if you didn't like this video, bye, turn it off!